going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Today's kind of a different one. Me and him, we've been doing this a year to the day pretty much. That's right, ain't it?
Yep, we released the our Super Metroid video 1 year ago today, and
yeah, it's been a hell of a ride ever since. But who would have thought, we'd still be doing it after just 1 year of it. The channels grew decently, but we both got full-time jobs and all that job, and we don't depend on this being our livelihood anyway. We just like talking about games.
Yeah. Speaking of games, today it's Batman, the video game. Come out in 1991, made by Sunsoft, and it's based on the 1989 film Batman, starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. And we're going to check it out and give our thoughts on it, as we always do. And
yeah, before everybody starts chiming in on this one kind of being a turd and all that stuff, we do realize the NES version of Batman, which is supposed to be based on that film, is better than this one kind of, but it's not as tightly based on the film as this one is. And we all know the Adventures of Batman and Robin is the creme de la creme of the Batman games in the 16-bit era, but that's for another video. Anyway, let's get on to this one and show you what the Sega Genesis can do and the marvels it beholds when making a video game.
yeah, check it out.
Alright folks, as you can see on the Sega Genesis, it does have scaling and rotation. This is one big thing that me and Jeff used to argue about when we were kids, and I just wanted to leave that in there to prove to him that the Genesis still could do it.
Yeah, it could when it tried really hard. I do think that they used most of their technical ability and memory just for that little intro sequence.
Right. But as you guys see, we got some rain going on there too, so he's drastically wrong with that. But as you can see from this Batman game, it doesn't do anything to break any kind of rules. It's your standard fare. This boss you see here, they're all like that. They just look a little different. You got your standard pipe running stuff here and all that kind of job. It's like any game that you've played that's a beat 'em up side scroller. This one, you just so happen to be, dressed up like Batman.
And of course, you've got your grappling hook too, because it wouldn't be a Batman game without it.
Right.
So your grappling hook and your batarangs. The controls are kind of stiff on here, and the character animations, they're a little repetitive. You fight at most 2 different looking enemies on each level, mostly just one.
Right, and the same thing kind of falls true with these driving sequences. They look like they're going to be awesome, but the car is stiff.
Yeah, and if you notice on pretty much every level you see, whether it be the Batmobile, the side-scrolling platformer when you're Batman, or the Batwing level, the backgrounds are always just a repeat. It's just repeating over and over. That's what makes me so aggravated about this game, is because, as Matt mentioned in the intro, the Adventures of Batman and Robin, if you see that game, it uses what the Genesis could do. Just the graphics are beautiful, the gameplay's great, it's not stiff, and it's just way superior.
It is. I mean, we would go on about more of these levels and stuff like that, but there's really nothing to go on about too much about it. It's a decently fun game. It provides a decent challenge and all that, but as far as the Batman games that were on the Sega Genesis, this was probably one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, and that's saying something, because the ones that all were based on the movies were pretty bad.
Alright folks, there you go. That's Batman on the Sega Genesis. I know you're probably thinking, what in the hell is the point of that video, because you didn't really say much about the game. But there's not really that much to say about it. Just kind of want to show you this is one of the Batmans and the kind of Batmans we had to play before the Arkham series ever showed up and really showed you what a Batman game could be.
And it's not nearly as bad as I may have made it out to be, but I'm convinced that if it's not Sega, Nintendo, Capcom, or Konami, and it's a 16 or 8-bit game, then side-scrolling platformers are most likely not going to be that great.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on that too. Those are the ones you kind of go by. Like this is made by Sunsoft. What the hell have they done?
Yeah, the controls are just a little bit tight, and it just everything's just kind of it's. There's a reason that type of game is called Metroidvania and not Batman.
Esque.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a reason, but if you just want some mindless action and you're a fan of the movie, check it out.
Just straight up, he didn't want to do this video. I kind of forced it because I just knew I liked the game. I grew up with it. It's like, give it a chance. He gave it a chance. He's being nice. He thinks it sucks. But me, I'm just kind of nostalgic towards it, and I thought it might be something many of you folks probably ain't played. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, at least, you'll know what it's like to be hating a Batman game.
Yeah, well, it is one of the best of the Genesis, but if you're only going to play one Genesis Batman game, The Adventures of Batman and Robin is what you're going to play.
That game smokes this one.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, folks, we appreciate you checking out the vid. If you like it, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike it and subscribe. Either way, subscribe. We appreciate you checking it out.
Take it easy.
Later.